Well, very anxious for another fishing trip, but first it's entertaining some of my great friends, the Heggertys. They came into Breaux Bridge getting ready for a junior tennis tournament, so I grilled them up some fresh fish, rice and beans, a great first night's dinner. Then it was on to some excellent tennis, watching Theo play in a Southern level event in Baton Rouge. These kids were incredibly good. Theo, JD, Lucas, Evan, lots of really good players. And man, they were fun to talk to. Anyhow, you can see some of the good action here. And congrats to Theo on third place singles finish. JD was the singles champion. And Lucas and Theo, you can see here, were the doubles champions. Just really, really good performance. It took little brother Riley to help him hold up the trophies. Well, after that, it was off to some fishing. South Shore Bait and Marina here at Chef Menteur in New Orleans. And you can see the path just out of the marina and down to a long bayou that heads through the marsh, all the way out to Lake Bourne. The water was extremely low due to the strong north winds we've had. Hope you enjoy the action. Thanks for watching. There we go. All right. Look at that. Bass number 3. Little spinner. Not big, but nice. Little matrix shad. Shrimp Creole with a gold spinner. And that's it. All right. Man. Gotta try not to mess up this spot. Get out of here. This is a good one. A very windy day, about 20 miles an hour, and strong tidal changes. So lots of times when you caught one, you had to hustle out of there to make sure you didn't mess up the spot. Sitting next to that marsh grass, I'm always a little leery of alligators jumping out of there. But as you'll see in the video later, it wasn't alligators to be worried about on this day. Yeah, slight tap. Actually, I had to set the hook on that one. I think we found a good spot here. Keepers in no time, right in this spot. I have never seen anything like this. There's at least 15 of them. It's not the greatest view. There's a little one right in front of me. But there's at least 15 of these nutria marsh rats. These things are nasty. Look at it crawling up on shore. I mean, they are everywhere. Because the water is so low, they're just coming out of the marsh. I guess they don't have as much space to hide in back there in the marsh right now. But look at this. Hadn't seemed to mess up the fishing. We've got about 15 bass, 10 good keepers. So a nice limit. Look at these things just cruising around everywhere. Well, I'm not much of a hunter, but I tell you what, if I had a gun in my kayak, I sure could have made a nice chunk on some nutria furs. Maybe made a nice little nutria fur cap. Very sad sight. Not sure what happened to this. It's a big blue heron. And man, he's got a right wing that is absolutely destroyed. Can't fly. He would have definitely flown away. Surprised nothing's gotten him out here in the marsh. Hope that heals up. The good fishing continued. It was really just about a half day of fishing and battling a lot of wind. I was out behind the kayak on this one, using the current to my advantage. Moved on. Glad I didn't. That's a beauty. Definitely some decent size on these bass for marsh bass. They were good and fat. Always fun and give a good fight. Man, I was glad to catch a limit of 10 and glad for a nice, safe, short day. A deep curve in the bayou was definitely the spot of the day. Probably pulled in at least 8 good ones from that spot alone. Same thing behind the kayak. Very cool. Not a big one. Just letting it float with the current. Tide is incoming. Just let it float with it, and it's easy for them to pick off. Headed in early because I had to battle the current and wind to get back to the marina, but you can see a nice limit of 10 good bass. Probably caught 15 on the day. Was using the Matrix shad, shrimp creole with a gold spinner, and also the Matrix craw in different colors. Fun to fish with. You can see my new setup behind the camper. Fish cleaning station. Comes in very handy. I was on to a very good dinner. After catching all those fish, I was actually hungry for some barbecue chicken. Delicious. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and good luck with your fishing.